इस वीडियो को हिंदी भाषा में देखने के लिए सेटिंग्स में जाकर हिंदी ऑडियो चुनें। Namaskar. Welcome back to Simplify Your Space. Festivals are always filled with so much fun, food, and of course, lots of sweets. But with all that indulgence, a little weight gain and a feeling of heaviness in the body are quite common. Now that the festive season is over, it's time to get back to a normal routine and healthy eating habits. Next month, my cousin's wedding is coming up too, which gives me an extra reason to shed a few kilos and get back in shape so I can enjoy the wedding to the fullest. So today I'm sharing my healthy meal prep routine for this week. I've started by boiling some milk to make paneer. Paneer is a great source of protein and I prefer making it at home since the store-bought ones these days are not that good. Alongside, I've also kept some potatoes to boil. Having boiled potatoes in the fridge is always handy. They make for a quick sandwich or paratha filling whenever needed. Last night I soaked some rajma, which I will be boiling now. While all this cooks, I will continue with my other prep work. I had also soaked black chana yesterday morning for sprouting and they're perfectly ready now. I will store them in an airtight box and keep them in the fridge. These make a very tasty and healthy breakfast option. Just steam them a little and mix with chopped onion, tomatoes and boiled potato to make a delicious sprout chaat. Kala chana chaat is not only filling but also rich in protein, fiber and essential nutrients that help keep your energy levels up. As you all know, I always like to keep some dosa batter ready in the fridge. It's such a convenient option for breakfast, lunch or even dinner. But today, instead of my regular rice dosa batter, I'm making a healthy millet dosa batter. For this, you will need 1 cup pearl millet or bajra, 1/4 cup urad dal, 1/3 cup poha, and 1 teaspoon fenugreek or methi seeds. Wash everything thoroughly and soak it in water for about 5 to 6 hours. You can also substitute pearl millet with foxtail millet or ragi if you prefer. Alongside, I'm soaking some whole green moong to make sprouts. You can later use these for sprout chaat or even make a delicious dal fry with them. The milk I kept for boiling is ready now, so I'm adding some lemon juice to curdle it and separate the chena. I have this paneer maker, so I'm pouring the mixture into it and placing a bowl underneath to collect the whey water. Then I will cover it with a lid and place a heavy mortar on top for pressing. And see, in just a short while the paneer is ready. If you're not planning to use it right away, always store paneer dipped in water. This keeps it fresh for 5 to 6 days. I have also kept the leftover whey water in a separate container. It's super useful for kneading dough or even adding to curries. Whey water is actually very nutritious. It's packed with protein, calcium and other essential nutrients that help in muscle recovery and hydration. The potatoes are boiled too, so I'm transferring them into a container and storing them in the fridge. Everything is coming together so nicely for my this week's meal prep. Next, I'm making a super healthy and tasty beetroot chutney, a perfect side for dosa, idli or even dal rice. For this, I'm using gingerly oil, but you can also use mustard oil if you prefer. Into the hot oil, add 1 tablespoon urad dal, 1 tablespoon roasted gram dal and 3-4 dry red chilies. Saute them lightly till they turn aromatic. Now add 10 to 15 garlic cloves, a small piece of ginger, 1 green chili, some curry leaves and about 10 to 15 sambar onions. Saute everything until the onions turn translucent. Next, add 2 chopped beetroots and saute them well. Add a little tamarind and salt to taste, then cover and let it cook for about 10 minutes. Once done, let it cool completely and grind it into a smooth chutney. Meal prep is about getting a few things ready in advance to make your daily cooking faster and easier. Chutneys, pickles, jams, spreads, laddus, bread, these are all side dishes. You can't make them fresh every single day because they take time and effort. By preparing them in advance, you can store them in the fridge and use them to make your daily meals quickly. Look how beautiful and vibrant this chutney looks. Not just pretty but packed with nutrients too. Beetroot is rich in iron, antioxidants and fiber which help boost energy and improve digestion. For the tempering, heat a little mustard oil in a pan, add mustard seeds, some white urad dal, a bit of roasted gram dal and a few curry leaves. Let them splutter and pour this tempering over the chutney. And that's it, your yummy and healthy beetroot chutney is ready. It stays fresh in the refrigerator for up to a week. Next, I'm preparing a quick and healthy sandwich spread. For this, you will need 10 to 15 garlic cloves, about 25 grams of paneer, 2 to 3 tablespoons of curd and handful of fresh coriander leaves. Along with that, add some red chili flakes, a pinch of black pepper and salt to taste. Grind everything together into a smooth chutney-like spread. Transfer it into an airtight container and store it in the fridge. It stays good for about a week. This spread turns out so creamy and flavorful. You can use it not just in sandwiches but also as a dip or chutney with your evening snacks. Meanwhile, the rajma has also boiled nicely. I'm transferring a portion into a container and storing it in the fridge. I will make rajma curry with it tomorrow to enjoy with rice. I always store the leftover rajma water separately as it's full of nutrients and can be reused later while making dals or gravies. I have kept a small portion of rajma aside to make rajma tikkis for snacks today. For that, I first need some breadcrumbs. So I will grind 2 slices of bread and then heat them in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes until they turn slightly roasted and crunchy. If you don't have a microwave, you can also roast them lightly on a pan. In a mixing bowl, take 1 cup of boiled rajma and mash them well using a masher. Add finely chopped onions, carrots and capsicum along with a bit of mashed paneer or potato. Now add the breadcrumbs. They help with binding the mixture nicely. Season it with red chili flakes, black pepper, chaat masala, red chili powder, pinch of garam masala and salt to taste. Mix everything well and shape them into small tikkis. Since this is a healthy meal prep, I am not deep frying or shallow frying them. Instead, I will cook them in the air fryer with just a light spray of oil. If you don't have an air fryer, you can cook them on a grease pan too. And look at that, the rajma tikkis have turned out so crisp and delicious without using too much oil. They taste absolutely amazing when served with coriander curd chutney. Bread making is usually an essential part of my weekly meal prep routine. But today, instead of regular bread, I am making whole wheat pav buns. I am preparing the dough in my dough maker. For this, you will need 2 cups of warm milk, 3 tablespoons olive oil, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon salt and 3 cups of whole wheat flour. Then add 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. I am using the dough option in my bread maker, which not only kneads the dough but also takes care of the fermentation. However, I won't be baking it in the same machine. If you're kneading the dough by hand, the process is the same. Just cover it after kneading and let it rise for about an hour. Now that my dough is nicely risen, I'm transferring it to a chopping board and giving it a quick knead by hand. Then divide it into 9 equal portions and shape them into round balls. Line a square baking pan with parchment paper so the buns don't stick, and place all the dough balls close to each other in the pan. Cover and let them rise for 30 to 45 minutes. And look at the beautiful rise. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes and then bake the pav buns at the same temperature for about 40 to 45 minutes. Once baked, brush them with some melted butter while they are still warm. This keeps them super soft and gives that lovely bakery style shine. Then remove them from the pan and place them on a cooling rack for about an hour. Once cooled, our soft and fluffy whole wheat pav buns are perfectly ready, fresh, healthy and made right at home. Next, I'm making something super healthy yet equally delicious, ragi laddus. To start, heat a little ghee in a pan and roast some almonds and cashews until golden. Take them out and in the same ghee, roast 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Remove and keep them aside. Then dry roast 1 tablespoon of coconut powder for a few seconds and set it aside too. Now add 1.5 cup of ragi flour to the same pan and dry roast it well until it gives out a nice nutty aroma. Transfer the roasted ragi flour into a large mixing bowl. In the same pan, add 1/4 cup of ghee and 1 cup of jaggery powder. Mix gently on low heat, don't overcook it, just let the jaggery melt completely. Next, coarsely grind the roasted nuts, sesame seeds and coconut and add them to the ragi flour. You can also add a little ginger powder and nutmeg powder at this stage. They enhance the flavor beautifully. Now pour in the melted jaggery and ghee mixture and mix everything well. I am also adding some raisins for extra sweetness, but that's optional. Make the laddus while the mixture is still warm. That's when it binds perfectly. If the mixture cools down, it becomes difficult to shape. If you want to make these laddus even healthier, skip the jaggery and ghee and instead use soaked raisins and dates. Just blend them into a paste and add it in the mixture for natural sweetness and perfect binding. And there you go, our tasty and healthy ragi laddus are ready. They are a wonderful guilt-free option to satisfy your sweet cravings while giving your body a good dose of calcium, iron and fiber. All the meal prep work for the day is almost done. The last few steps are just wrapping up. I am now draining the water from the soaked dal and leaving it in the sprout maker. By tomorrow morning, they will start sprouting. And now it's time to make the dosa batter. It's been soaking for about 6 hours, so I will grind it in small portions. Always use ice cubes or chilled water while grinding the batter. This prevents heat from building up, which can otherwise affect the color and taste. The batter is perfectly ground now. Don't lock the lid tightly, just cover it and keep it in a warm place for fermentation. I usually keep it inside the oven for faster fermentation. And look at this, the next morning our batter is nicely fermented and ready to use. You can store it in the fridge for up to 5 to 6 days. Just add salt right before making dosas. The dosas turn out perfectly crisp and healthy, especially when enjoyed with the delicious beetroot chutney. If we take a little time over the weekend to do some conscious meal prep and plan what we will be eating the next week, it makes our kitchen routine so much easier. Plus, it helps us avoid relying on quick packaged meals or ordering out. When we prep a few ingredients in advance, every time we open the fridge, we know exactly what we can make with them. This saves a lot of time and removes the daily confusion of what should I cook now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe to Simplify Your Space for more videos like this. I'll see you all next week. Until then, happy cooking from Simplify Your Space. Bye bye.